Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it is Cumley here, and today I'm happy to bring to you this episode of what we're going to be calling, I guess, the Han Outpicked Game Extravaganza Bonanza 1. The idea here was it was a Reddit game where Decency decided to spam the subreddit with over 862 threads to make this little game where it was a banning draft game, and it was Reddit versus him trying to make the best team between the bans and the picks. If I'm feeling particularly motivated, I will put an image here on the screen of the hero pool and the bans and the picks and all that fun stuff. If I did not feel motivated, then just pretend that I did and give me all of the support and acclamations that I would have gotten if I had not been so lazy. But the teams that we are going to see today is going to be Soul Stealer, Bombardier, Gauntlet, Hellbringer, and what the fuck is her name? MVev. You never see her play. Just give me a break. Going up against Flint Beastwood, Madman, Fade, Blacksmith, and Pyromancer. It's definitely going to be an easy, an interesting game. I think a lot of it is really going to come down to the Soul Stealer in mid and how well he's actually going to be able to do it. I'm interested to see his creep block right here. I think that creep blocks in mid tell you a lot about the player and a lot about how the game is going to go from there. So let's take a moment and really admire this creep block because it's pretty good so far. He's doing a good job of stopping just a little bit, and he did a good job cutting across the creep wave to actually do the block. So I'm feeling pretty confident with him so far. That's actually pretty good. Fade looks like they're doing a pretty decent job as well. Let's see, Soul Stealer is being played by For the Swarm. He is, I guess, for Team Reddit at the moment, going up against Emmett in Clan Time, who is representing Team Evil, also known as Team D-Bag. So far, it looks like it's going to be an interesting... Faye did choose to get a hatchet and not a shield. That could come back and haunt her a little bit as Soul Stealer's base damage gets up a little bit. That could be quite painful. On top, we have S2 Marks playing that Empath, and Cactus Rat playing the Bombardier in a little bit of an unfortunate position. As you can see, the Hellboy team is choosing the tri-lane, but he should be able to get out of here. Easy peasy, no problem at all. And for the Team Evil, we have the Fat Men, who I actually have known for a long, long time since World of Warcraft, playing on this Blacksmith. I'm expecting some hilarious plays from him. I love you, Fett. Decency is playing on this Flint Beastwood. Again, he is the quote-unquote captain of Team Evil Douchebag. And we have Pyromancer being played by Mog, LOL. And so we did see they're going for a tri-lane strategy. I guess that kind of makes sense. You know, they have this Blacksmith who is kind of a little bit level dependent. I'm not sure that this tri-lane is really going to get results. They really definitely need to get some kills in order for that to be worth it. And then on the bottom we do see the solo Madman being played by Thradacor, which sounds like some kind of like a royal steed in like medieval time, like fetch Thradacor. I'm going to be thinking that for the rest of the game now. And for the Legion team, we do see Nonce and Allergy playing Gauntlet right now. And it does look like they are going to go ahead and counter tri-lane here with this Hellbringer. Again, I'm not sure they really needed to do that. I don't think this Hellborn tri-lane is going to do too much. And Hellbringer is kind of a hero that needs a little bit of farm. We do see a nice little ward here by the Hellborn team. I'm not really sure he needed that, to be honest with you. Controlling this area of the map is going to be too strong when you're the solo. I probably would have still preferred just to have it up here and get that vision of the river as well. But as we go back to middle, it does look like Soul Stealer has a 6 and 7 creep score compared to this Fade's 2 and 4. That is extraordinarily unfortunate. You know, Soul Stealer going up against somebody with a hatchet mid is not something that should be this close this early. You know, as he gets levels and he's able to get the demon hands and get the last hits anyway, typically it tends to be a lot closer. My phone is ringing and I have no idea where it is. Where are you, phone? Oh, I found my phone. I'm going to answer this. Hold on. I'm just going to keep this on going. Hello? Yes. I am casting a game right now and you're being recorded. What's up? Why? I feel like you made a poor decision there. Are you sure? Like, are you stranded? Don't you have okay. If you change your mind and you're like fuck this, just call me again. Okay. 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 Alright. Alright. Alright, bye-bye. And I am back! Okay, so this is not what we're going to be calling a serious cast. My roommate got a case of beer, and she walked to the grocery store, which is kind of an unfortunate combination of decisions there. I believe there may have been some alcohol involved before. We actually saw Fade getting the bloodless kill at level 4. If this were a replay cast, I would definitely go back in time and check that out. It looks like it was actually on the bottom onto that gauntlet. So it's very unfortunate. Again, you see that the Legion team has a... Oh, Legion team. Oh, Legion team. Yeah, so they block the creep spawn and they have this ridiculous ward. And that's kind of it. So the Hellboard team definitely had a big advantage in sight here on this bottom lane. And it definitely came out. We do have a pause at the moment. I'm not too sure where we're going to go from this. Fate actually choosing to get a bottle. She's definitely going to have to try and have a little bit of rune control over this Soul Stealer. Again, if he doesn't have... I don't know what kind of vision this is giving. Because, you know, this is kind of showing me that there's no fog here. But I imagine that it's something. It's something, I imagine. You can see I've just given up at this point. I'm having any semblance of credibility from this cast. But again, this is kind of just a fun little... There's a lot of varying skills in this game, and we're just kind of having fun with it, having fun with the Reddit, subreddit. Is it called a Reddit technically, or is it a sub? I like saying subreddit. You should all visit it. It's reddit.com/r/Heroes of New Earth, the best Heroes of New Earth community on the internet, easily. And, yeah, so this game isn't the fastest-paced game in the world. You know, Soul Stealer is very much kind of a farm a lot in mid kind of carry. You know, he really punishes the other mid for ever leaving the lane. And Fade is going to be the kind of hero that really wants to leave the lane, you know. As soon as she hits level 6, she really wants to try and take over the, yeah, wait, nope. Aha, okay. Yeah, she really wants to take over the entire game, right? She's one of those big picture kind of heroes where she is very much like a Pebbles, where she can influence the entire game and really take over early, especially if she has a lot of momentum with her kills. And if the other team doesn't properly counter it, she can carry it through the entire game. And so it'll be interesting to see how confident this Fade is in her ability to do that. Really unfortunate that the Soul Stealer... oh, there it is. We just spawned right now. He really kind of needs a rune, but he's not able to get this rune. He gives a free kill to Fade. A little bit unfortunate. Again, a lot of this game is really going to rest on Soul Stealer. You know, he started with a big creep advantage, right? He's 20 and 21, but his gold per minute is only at like 210. That's extraordinarily low. You know, we're not seeing him do things like stack the creeps and get those extra kills, that extra gold per minute. He's not really squeezing out that extra gold per minute. That is just so important on that Soul Stealer. We do see Empath was trying to get this kill onto this Fade. Marks is doing a really good job making sure that those initial bottle charges were not going through, but he's in a very dangerous position right now. The stun might not actually be enough. Ooh, and the Soul Stealer comes in and does some really nice races there, and he's actually able to turn it around. Very nice job by S2 Marks here on this Empath. Kind of almost baiting that Fade into a really bad position, allowing Soul Stealer to get that kill. And this is Pyromancer decided to walk down here at level 3. He was probably out warding anyway, and decided to make a little bit of a pit stop. So Soul Stealer hopefully is going to use this time where he's standing here. He really wants to be killing this, or killing this. It's really helpful if you're able to stack that, particularly this camp. Lets you kill it quite quickly. So, I mean, he can just come right here, and he can clear this whole wave, and then come over here and get a stack on this. It really increases your gold per minute by a significant amount. There's really no dance around the subject that I think in order to play Soul Stealer at a competent level at this point in the metagame, you really need to take advantage of his ability to get that extra farm. And you see, when the other mid leaves, he's able to just really punish this. Really able to punish that tower being wide open. Not the best accuracy on the races I've ever seen in my life, but he's not doing too bad. He is able to pick up the whole wave. We do see Nonsense Analogy being picked off here on the bottom again. It looks like Empath is going to go down as well, since it's level 7 Madman, now level 8. Very unfortunate to give him essentially a free double tap kill, you know. We do see a level 7 Gauntlet who didn't get his ultimate off. You know, a little bit painful. I imagine he was locked down by that Fade and got out very quickly, but you know, you have to be able to react in the situations, and you have to have the awareness just to not be in a bad position when Fade is missing without a Word of Revelation. You know, Words of Revelation are 100 gold. 100 gold for not only complete safety from Fade, but also just complete knowledge of, okay, we can get a counter kill on her if she overextends too much here. And you see this tri-lane being very successful. It's not looking too great for the Legion team at this point. You know, Socialer is only pulling in 250 gold per minute, and that is pretty low at this point. You see him walking back to base. Just use the courier and ferry that bottle and bring yourself mana pots and health pots. Socialer should be farming right now. He should never stop farming. He's like an endless party of destruction. Yeah, see, Fade's really going to be able to easily get that off. I'm not sure if that was necessary by Fade, you know, using a little bit of her mana. She didn't have to. But again, you know, Socialer really needs to be using his farm a little bit more effectively here, and really going and getting the job done at this point. Demon Hand's level 3, and Socialer is level 4, and he has his ultimate. Obviously a big mistake. I'd be interested to see what his build was. Maybe that's why he wasn't clearing creep waves very effectively. You absolutely need to get level 4 Demon Hands as soon as possible. You two-shot a wave with them, and that makes your farming just go absolutely berserk. I'm extraordinarily caught off guard, to be perfectly honest with you. Not to insult the players, again, this is kind of a for fun game, but you really need to at least kind of know the core build of the hero that you're playing. You see Blacksmith with a Chalice. I'm okay with that, I guess, if he had the farm to get that while keeping the wards up, which they have been doing a much better job of. If you just look at the difference between the warding on the Hellborn team versus the non-existent warding on the Legion team, again, they were just counted right here, but that was the only ward they had, and this duration was not too long. It was probably a little bit under halfway already when it got killed. We have kind of this unnecessary tri-lane up here. A lot of level-dependent heroes not getting levels. There's really no reason. Level 8 Gauntlet just sitting in lane, that kind of offends me. As somebody that really likes playing like Gauntlet and those gankers and those really active heroes like Pebbles, it really pains me. He's sitting here in lane, he doesn't even have a TP. So if the Hellmore team dives top, ideally he would just TP and kill everybody. But without a TP on you, you absolutely cannot do that. I don't think at this point he needs to have a Runes of Blight in his inventory, and he needs to go buy a TP like 200 gold ago, you know? A little bit unfortunate. And so we do see this tower is getting a little bit low. It's at about a third of its HP right now. But it's just not enough. And you see the top just continues to absolutely roll over this unnecessary tri-lane by the Legion team. I don't see the idea behind this game was to try and pick and outpick the other team, but really we're just seeing a real lack of really nice job. They should be able to get a kill. Pyro could easily deny this, but he actually chooses not to. And decency on that Flint Beast when he uses a health pot for no reason. You have to kind of know when you want to be that player that those are really clutch health pots, when they're going to work and when they're not going to work, because if you add essentially another deficit to your gold, it's kind of painful, you know. It is kind of painful to spend an extra 100 gold on nothing. Again, you know, he does look like he's going to ult this Batman for no reason, and then just kind of look at him very intimidatingly. There's no bravado in this gauntlet play, right? There's no confidence. There's no moving around, getting kills. There's no game control by this gauntlet. And that's a lot of things which people feel like, okay, I'm not winning games. Why am I not winning games? This is other people that are making me not win games. And if you have this kind of mentality of just not really moving around and doing important things, then you're not going to win games. You really have to be active in the games in order to win. Looks like Flint Beastwood here might be able to get it. She's definitely going to be able to catch up to this Empath and get the kill. and Socialer is going to go down as well. Socialer only at 243 gold per minute. That is nothing. But the point I was trying to make here was that this game was supposed to be largely about being outpicked, but at this point it's just kind of